Hey guys, welcome to the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel. My name is Tony. Hope you're doing well. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also smash the like button. We got some news items to cover today. Not much happening in the market. We're continuing to see here a bit of a downward trend, but let's see what support level Bitcoin bounces off of because the market essentially follows Bitcoin's move. We will see these cycles, of course. It's going to be a roller coaster ride to the next higher prices, and we've seen that historically. I always tell you guys to zoom out on the charts so you see where we've come from and all those little mini cycles, both from a macro and micro level of bear and bull markets and pullbacks and so forth. But we are on the upward trajectory, higher highs and of course higher lows, new support levels. So keep that in mind, even when you see red in the market, right? And I know some of you who've been in the market for a long time, you know about this. You've been seasoned, but there are still some new folks in the market who see these things, and it may trigger some feelings of panic. But that's why you don't invest with your emotions, and you're able to ride through the market cycles. Now, something I tweeted today and I wanted to share here in the video is that, there's a lot of maximalism in the crypto market. My coin's better than yours, and people trash other coins to, prop up their own coins or whatever it may be. But that is not how smart money looks at things. And you want to look for winners, of course. I'm not saying you have to buy every coin out there, but that doesn't mean that just one coin will be, the only success. And I wanted to highlight here Grayscale, which has $2.6 billion under asset management. They are, of course, a very big investment firm in the crypto space. They're the ones running the Drop Gold campaign, pushing Bitcoin. But they also have other cryptos such as XRP, Stellar Lumens, Litecoin, Ethereum, Zcash, and so forth. And if this is the way the big money and smart money operates, I want you to keep that in mind, that maximalism is not the way to move forward with, and you have to look at the facts. And even if you don't like a certain coin per se, that doesn't mean it doesn't have potential, because we got to look at the facts. Is it getting partnerships? Or is it solving a real world problem? Does it have a good use case, potential to grow in the future? So those are things you have to look at. And once again, proof here, big money, hedge funds, all these investment firms are diversifying. So something to keep in mind. I personally diversify. My top three are XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Very bullish on all three, but I also have other cryptos in my portfolio. Some I'm more bullish on, like I'm very bullish on XRP because of what's being built around it. I'm very bullish about Bitcoin as well because of its store of value nature and hedge against other markets. Also what's being built around it, and we're going to talk about some of that today. So all about facts, not emotions, not my feelings, but you got to look at this from a mature standpoint. So something to keep in mind, and I just wanted to highlight there. Now, speaking of Bitcoin, the new Flexa tech will let you spend Bitcoin from other apps too. So the merchant payment startup Flexa will soon allow any other app to run payments in crypto, just like its own spending app has since May. Staking with the company's Flexa coin, FXC, will enable apps to trustlessly provide payments to merchants without any danger of malicious apps reversing a transaction that Flexa has transferred funds. The company raised $14.1 million in a private sale of its FXC tokens in April. It's the last piece of the puzzle for Flexa to simplify spending crypto through the economy. Now, CEO Tyler Spalding told CoinDesk, Flex's full business model should be clear to everyone. Here's how it's going to work, he said. Here's how people can participate. Here's what our token is for. Here's what we believe in. With staking enabled, any application will be able to offer payment services, but the most obvious initial use case will be wallet. So we continue to see expansion, be a lot of building happen around Bitcoin, and then usually it starts at Bitcoin, and it goes down the list of Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, and so forth. And this is great to see that these companies are making the investments, building out the infrastructure, allowing you to spend, and of course purchase crypto. And this is happening globally. Now, Casa releases node monitor service to improve the Bitcoin network health. This is interesting. Casa, a crypto firm that provides a private key management service, and Bitcoin node machine, has unveiled a node monitor and accompanying rewards program to promote Bitcoin network health. Casa announced a new project in an official blog post today. Per the announcement, the node monitor, called Node Heartbeats, relies on establishing a brief connection between Casa server and an online synced and Tor activated node owned by a customer. The rewards program lets Casa node users earn 10,000 satoshis back per week in exchange for performing 5 node heartbeat checks per week. So this is interesting. They're making it, giving you an incentive to, of course, run different nodes to help make the network more healthy. So once again, building that's taking place and things around Bitcoin, right? And of course, there's other services and cryptos that are being built around them as well. And of course, I think a lot of us are waiting on the Bitcoin Lightning Network, because that will improve the scalability of Bitcoin and the ability to have transactions be faster, because it's very slow right now, and of course cheaper. So the scalability solution is being worked on even by some major services such as the Square app, which is very huge. Now, SEC approves blockchain tech startup Securitize to record stock transfers. Now, many of you may recognize the name Securitize. I interviewed the co-founder, Jamie Finn, earlier this year, where they got Ripple funding and plans to potentially leverage the XRP ledger. And they're a company that really allows businesses to issue tokenized securities. So if they wanted to tokenize something, they can do it through Securitize. So they are getting some approval here from the SEC. And by the way, I'll leave a link to that interview. So if you guys want to learn about the business and things that they're doing, definitely check out that interview. I'll leave that in the description. Securitize, a provider of technology for issuing blockchain tokens, has registered as a transfer giant with the US SEC, a move it says will boost adoption. Announced Wednesday, the registration means Securitize can now act as an official keeper of records about changes of ownership in securities. While that may sound redundant, given that blockchains are supposed to track asset transfers, the San Francisco-based startup says it's expedient. We can increase the amount of securities issued on the blockchain and give comfort to people that this is a regulated space, said Carlos Domingo, co-founder. The SEC has also started approving other types of exempted securities like Reg A+, and down the road, these people will need transfer agents. Now, what's interesting, a lot of their tokens that they're issuing is on the Ethereum blockchain, so ERC20 tokens. They have, it says here, in 2 funding rounds, the company has raised $15 million. It has 43 customers, 11 of which have issued securities on the public Ethereum blockchain. So this is why I'm so bullish on Ethereum, right? As a smart contract platform, it is being used for launching securities from real companies. So big things ahead for Ethereum. And one of the things, like I mentioned, like Jamie said here in the interview, they may build or do the same on the XRP ledger. So once again, check out that interview if you want to learn more about Securitize. I'll put the link in the description. Finally, India Supreme Court gives central bank 2 weeks to justify crypto ban. So India's Supreme Court has slammed the country's central bank over its handling of cryptocurrency business ban and ordered it to address complaints. So as you know, India has been back and forth. The Supreme Court, has been trying to push them to give clarity on crypto and what they want to do. But the central bank is, of course, they're probably trying to control as much as possible, and they're trying to ban crypto. So it looks like the Supreme Court is pushing back here, which is a good sign. I hope India gets their act together on this, because they are one of the largest countries that is really lagging behind. I think most major countries are on board. Like China does a bit of smoke and mirrors move where they're like, oh yeah, crypto's banned, but their central bank is looking to launch their own crypto. A lot of mining is done in China. But also we see there's some cases that have come up where Bitcoin is treated as a legal property. So it's recognized in that way. So eventually all these countries are going to come around, but it's so surprising that India is really still trying to push back on this. I think it's really funny. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much the news as far as major items. We continue to see a lot of building of the infrastructure, and we really have to be patient and go through the market cycles, right, guys? I know at times it can be frustrating, but you gotta keep in mind the building and the different stages and regulatory clarity and things that are need to be set up, and the launches that are ahead, like Backed is coming up next month. We'll see what impact that has on the market. It may not have an impact right away. There's going to be a time where they're going to have to market these services. Zoom out on a chart, look where we came from, and the potential here, guys. A lot of potential here. And when you even look at some of these market patterns here of going up and pull back, going and pull back, these are some of the things that happen in micro moments, so to speak, on a micro level before we shot up to near 20,000, right? You look at these patterns and you see them here. So that's why if we have roller coaster ride here, this could certainly we're on the trajectory here to go higher. We are in a bull market. Don't get that confused with a bull run. A bull run and a bull market is different, right? We are out of a bear market, right, which we saw here from the pullback, and then we see we're on that upward trajectory. So in a bull market, you as you can see here with the movement up to 19,000 or near 20, there were pullbacks, and that's market cycles, people taking profits, different things happening. So keep that in mind, please, guys, and have some perspective there. And you can even go back to the years previous, not just for Bitcoin, but for other cryptos, and that can help you get through some of these down cycles, and it's because it gives you perspective. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this news? Check out that interview I did with the co-founder of Securitize if you haven't seen it already. If you like this video, please thumbs up, please subscribe. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.